You can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter and Patreon, and I'll put my handles down below and over there. No. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam Scott-Thorne and I am a vocal coach based in Glasgow. Now if you'd like to meet and explore your voice a little more, you can find me on sstVocals.com. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook and Patreon, and I'll put my handles down below and over there. That was a weird voice. Over there. So if you'd like to consider becoming a patron, you have access to things like fast tracking reactions, become a reaction, early release of reactions, there's vocal harmony breakdowns, you've got special access to my Discord server, and all sorts of other stuff. So consider becoming a patron and help shape my channel. Okay, so we're going to listen to somebody new today. We are going to go to England, I believe. Yeah, I think she's English. This is Florence Welsh of Florence and the Machine. Now, I do know a little bit about Florence and the Machine. They were, and are, massive. So I know a little bit about her voice. I've not listened to her in a while, so I don't know if new stuff will jump out at me, but from what I remember, she's got a really strong voice. So let's just go right ahead.
I believe in you, and in our hearts we know the truth, and I believe in love. And the darker it gets, the more I do. Try and fill us with your hate and we will shine a light, and the days will become endless and never turn to night.
So Florence's voice is like a scalpel. It just like, it's so strong and clean, that when you hear any form of deviation from like the straight note, like a tiny little riff or a little flutter here or a little bit of fry, it just jumps out at you. She's got a very, very raw sounding voice. It's just, it hits you right in the face.
And never turn to night. And then it's just too much. I cannot get you close enough. 100 arms, 100 years. You can always find me here. And Lord, don't let me break this. Let me hold it lightly. Give me arms to play with instead of ones that hold too tightly.
Expert use of flipping, so from her chest voice to her head voice, it just gives it this full-on push and then lift, almost like, this might not make sense to anybody, but you know in scenes when somebody's like jumping out of an airplane and then they let the parachute go and it just goes whoosh, that's what her flips remind me of. It's just a complete change of direction, and it just has immense impact. When she gets into belting territory, it's almost like a yell, like she's kind of calling on somebody. It's like taking the singy part out of a vocal and leaving the speechy belt. That's how her belt sounds to me. It's just really, really strong, really punchy, and very, very direct. I'm going to be saying that a lot, because her voice just hits me in the face every time she sings. It's so powerful.
Where the stars do not take sight. Then it's just too much. I cannot get you close enough. 100 arms, 100 years. You can always find me here. And Lord, don't let me break this. Let me hold it lightly. Give me arms to pray with instead of ones that hold too tightly. And then it's just too much. The streets, they still ride with blood. 100 arms, 100 years. You can always find me here. And Lord, don't let me break this. Let the room with love. It hurts in ways I can't describe. My heart bends and breaks so many, many times.
See, even her speaking singing, so this is like almost like supposed to be whispery sounding, it still sounds strong to me. There's nothing in this woman's voice it doesn't carry well. It's bizarre, but like also amazing. I've never heard her go up that high either, I don't think, or if I have, I've not really been concentrating. But just wild, absolutely wild. It's so strong the whole way up and the whole way down. Wow.
And is born again with each sunrise. And is born again with each sunrise.
Woofed. Now that sound, to get that with that H on it and still be so strong is quite a feat, because an H sound tends to encourage an aspirate tone, because your folds aren't coming completely together to make that sound. There's a lot of air passing through there. So what's happening, and she does this quite a lot, is there's quite a lot of like subglottal pressure. Everything's building up behind the folds, and then she's just like popping it out like a cannonball. And you hear that quite a lot with the stuff she's been doing previous to this. There feels like there's a lot of pressure, and she's just kind of built up, and then she just fires it out really powerfully. Again, I'm talking about power. Sometimes as well, she does it up there and she adds almost like the beginning or the end of a cry onto it. So it never goes quite fully there, but it does give you that impression. And then another thing that she does is that she'll add on that subglottal pressure, but then she'll jump into a scoop. So it sounds like it's like force that's diminishing. It's very, very skilled at using her voice, obviously.
Funerals were held all over the city. The youth bleeding in the square. And women raged as old men fumbled and cried. We're sorry, we thought you didn't care. But how did it feel now you scratched that itch? Pulled out all your stitches. Hubris is a bitch. 100 and then it's just too much. The streets, they still not neglect. On years, you can't always find me here. And Lord, don't let me break this. Let me hold it lightly. Give me arms to cry with instead of words that hold too tightly.
Yeah. Yes. I like that. She kind of had the game face on the whole time, was very performance driven, and then when it ended, she just hopped over like a bunny to her pal on the, what was she playing? A cello, I think, or double bass possibly. I'm assuming that's who Kelsey Lou is, but just insane. Such a good job. Now, I don't think that I need to go on any more about what I feel about her voice because it's obviously power, 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 power. One thing though that does jump out at me is her vibrato. It is so distinct. Now, it almost sounds like she's gone past the point of having her vibrato be like a natural oscillation of her voice, and she's lent on it a little bit more to make it kind of shake, which gives it this real, like, it sounds like a tremor in her voice, but it doesn't sound unhealthy, if that makes sense. It's a very, very unique sounding vibrato, but she is just insane, incredible, very, very good. Power, 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 power. So hope you liked that reaction. If you did, please give it a like and a thumbs up down below. And if you want to see more from me, then hit subscribe, ring the bell, and anytime I have new content, you will be the first to know. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And how are we going to buy this one? So thank you so much for joining me, and bye, bye. Bye! 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 Bye!